Because one person can destroy an entire room.
Yep.
If they've got the wrong vibe, and as the leader, you need to know how to like get all those people in equilibrium.
Right.
Hi, I'm John Timmerman, and you can sink my battleship anytime.
Hi, I'm Rob Schauger. I'd love to stand here and talk to you, but I'm not going to.
And I'm El Kutri, and I know karate, sort of.
And we are the co-founders of the No Bull Company.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This episode is brought to you by AlltheFeelings. Fall relationships, pumpkin patches. Should we go for a walk? Let's go for a walk. You can wear my hoodie. No, it's fine. You can have it. Keep it. I want you to. Ah, yes. Apple picking? Should we go apple picking? Yup.
What's up, Buzz Nation? Welcome to I'm a Little Buzz, the show where we bring a ridiculous amount of life to business, all while sharing a glass or cup of whatever's getting us buzz. We're coming to you straight out of Sharecuse Studios, Syracuse's newest co-working space combining creativity, comfort, and community. Check them out at sharecuse.com. Fellas, Al, what's getting you buzzed today?
The high five principle, which I did make up yesterday.
I like it.
And it stands for, I have to write it down because it was just yesterday. Honesty, integrity, faith, intuition, value, and empathy.
That sounds like a very coinable thing.
It is a coinable thing.
Like
that's
a
the whole
card.
Yeah,
on
high
Instagram.
Five. It's gonna happen, and it's mine on camera. I made it, and here's how it happened. Copyright pending.
By No Bull Company.
TM. Yes. Timmerman.
We just made that thing up.
Yeah. Somebody asked me to like join their team, and they said, what principles do you stand by, like, for this particular job? And then all I could think of was, well, these are the principles I stand by for everything, and it was high five. High five.
Nice.
Boom. And I just made it up, and then I thought, boy, this is good.
T-shirts, quote cards, hats, what else?
Anything,
shoelaces,
really.
coming
Whatever.
soon. Branded.
Five by Noble.
All right. Rob, what's getting you buzzed?
Well, I'm glad you asked, John.
Every time.
Getting T-shirts
So,
that.
next Wednesday.
Rob's look going like this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Next Wednesday, Chris Belna and myself are hosting our first Syracuse location CEO networking event.
Nice. Who's Chris Belna?
So Chris Belna, favorite girl of ours from Arete. Is it Arete or Arete?
Yeah.
Arete. Ooh, I like Arete. Do they
Arete.
switch
That's
to
how they say it
Arete?
in
Arete.
Greece, I think.
Arete.
So Chris is the founder and CEO there, and she saw I was hosting one of these in another location. I'm like, hey, you want to do one in Syracuse?
Yep.
She's like, yep.
Nice.
So we're doing that there. Hopefully you see you two gentlemen there. CEO business owners only, small group because of COVID. So we're being mindful of that. 20, 25 people.
Have to wear masks.
Bring your mask. Al, you don't have to eat that or wear that while you're eating your snack or drinking your wine or whatever.
Try not to eat that, though.
Yeah, don't eat your mask.
Well, I was thinking because I saw yesterday they've created the snack mask. Have you seen that?
No. What is it, a little flap?
Yeah, no.
There's. You'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But
Can
it
we
has
get a
a very
graphic?
large component on the front, and you would, pack your snacks in there,
Yep.
This
and
is
then you
great.
could just kind of like,
This
And
is...
then it's like an aardvark. Wait, is that the right animal?
kind of.
Oh my god. They have to put this graphic up.
Yeah.
Graphics.
Put the snack mask graphic
the
up.
blue one specifically. $39.95. I'll make my own.
Oh, yeah. So easily fits your faves. 1 hot dog with bun, 1 small bag of chips, large sour pickle, 6-inch sub, half a calzone, mac and cheese,
Had me a half a calzone.
ice cream cone, 6-pack chicken nuggies, and more.
I mean, this is a joke, right?
Not all at once. Separately, that is.
I don't know. It's made in the USA, though.
Wow.
Go America.
So,
yeah, America.
that's what I got. Next week, CEO,
Event. Snack mask.
Oh, jeez.
snack mask optional.
Nice.
Dig it. What about you, Slammerman?
Well, my document just shut down, but I think I am... What am I?
John, let me tell you, I'm glad you asked.
What are you
me
buzzed about?
What you're buzzed about. It's actually has to do with something fried, something French.
I remember. I am pumped about French fried onions.
Good thing you're doing run every day because last week was fried chicken. This week.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So fly.
Yeah.
So fried chicken. No, French fried onions. You know,
yeah,
French
yeah.
French. You can put them
Oh,
on
yeah.
soups.
Yeah.
And like
It's in the little red shaker thing, right?
yeah, and put them on salads. Like
Low
it's
calorie.
dangerous. I don't know about low calorie.
Yeah,
but
there's nothing in it. Did you ever look at the nothing? There's
no,
nothing.
It's just air?
I thought it was just like literally fried fat.
It's not.
Oh,
Just take a pig ski. with
Okay.
The ingredients.
well,
I could
that
be
makes
wrong
me
on
feel-
that.
That makes me feel even better. But
Yeah, look that up too.
French fried onions on everything.
There you go.
Eggs,
Oh, yeah.
salads,
So good.
pasta, rice.
I like to do the same thing with bacon.
Bacon?
Adds a little crunch.
Bacon.
Bacon
bits.
Bacon bits.
Bacon bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
so
that dog commercial, remember? You know what I'm talking about.
Bacon.
Bacon,
It's
bacon,
bacon strips.
bacon,
It's
bacon,
bacon.
Bacon. Bacon. Bacon.
bacon,
Bacon.
bacon, bacon,
My
bacon.
God, it's bacon.
Yeah, I don't have a dog.
All right, so we're
Or
all
a
pretty
cat.
buzzed about awesome stuff. So today's show, we are talking. We're not cheersing yet, but today's show is about how to nail the first impression by reading the room, right? So hopefully someday we'll get back to networking events. You know, we're getting back to them, as Rob said, but bigger ones. So when you walk into a room, a meeting, a presentation,
Any
a
room.
pitch, an investor pitch, an idea pitch, whatever it might be, a business networking event.
Your girlfriend's parents' house.
Your girlfriend's parents' house, yeah. Accurate.
How'd they go?
How do you nail a first impression? We will find out how that went shortly. But first, now is the time when we cheers to life, love, lots of laughter, and secretly feeling like more of a man when your girl asks you to open a jar of literally anything.
It's true.
Pickles.
It's the truth.
I actually feel like more of a man if there's like one really hard that I can't
Well,
get, and
yeah.
then finally you get it, you're like, "Pwah."
Yeah, you do.
And then he handed it to Lindsay and she opens it the rest of the way.
And I hate when people say like,
No,
"Oh,
I open it and then I give it to her.
Yeah, and I hate when people say like, "Well, I loosened it for you." Like, no, you
That
didn't.
is actually the opposite of, so whatever the anti-cheers is, let's
Yeah.
anti-cheers to that.
Yeah, to people saying, "I
'Cause that-
loosened it for you."
Yeah, that then crushes your ego
Yeah,
and that
like,
makes you just
let
pissed
me
off.
feel good.
Yeah.
Ugh, screw
2
those
seconds.
people, emasculating
Please.
people.
Well, cheers everyone out there. Hopefully you're enjoying your coffee
Cheers.
or whiskey. But before we get into that main topic, we have a nice little segment
This is great.
called the SippySip.
Oh,
This is
boy.
the segment
Here we
have.
go.
It's a banger. So Al, what is it?
So they're just words. It's free association. You both have to answer. Whoever answers first technically gets the points, which don't mean anything. But I do want you both to scream in the answers out.
Okay.
Go.
Slip and slide.
Fun.
Slippery.
Rhubarb pie.
Delicious.
What'd you say?
Hate it.
Oh man, so good.
In the shower, what do you wash first?
Hair.
Balls.
Really?
No, but it was the first thing that popped into my
Nobody washes those first.
No, actually.
You wash your hair first? You're
Yeah.
both psychopaths.
No, I wash my hair first too. You know what I do? Because now it's getting longer. Is I'll put the shampoo in. I'll wash that.
Then you wash your balls with your hair shampoo.
No, I don't do that. I have really hairy balls
Well,
apparently.
that brings us to number 9, but
Well, I use the dandruff one, so it's it keeps everything.
oh my
so you leave
gosh.
it in a little bit? Does it tingle?
Gosh.
No,
I
it
don't
tingles,
even-
right?
Yeah, but that's not what we were talking about.
Well, that's why you put it on your balls.
Yeah.
Because it tingles.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, but listen.
Is this
Listen, Linda. Did you ever see that video?
Linda.
Listen,
Yeah.
Linda.
Listen, Linda. No. You put your shampoo in, and I do this, and you need to do this now because you have long hair. Wash the shampoo out, then put conditioner in, and leave it in while you're washing your balls and the rest of your stuff.
Yeah,
Because
well,
then it really makes your hair nice and
yeah.
soft.
Well, I'll think about that.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
well, anyway.
Or not.
it took a
Next.
hard
Wow.
right turn.
Wow. Dr. Phil.
Fake?
Bald.
Wow. Turducken.
What is
Bacon.
that?
What's turducken?
Oh my
It's a-
gosh.
It's a turkey.
Turkey, duck, and
inside of a. It's a duck. No. It's a.
Oh, wait.
It's a thing inside of a duck inside of a turkey.
bacon with bacon.
okay.
Right?
No?
I don't know.
I
That's
feel
bacon.
like I've
3
heard of this
birds in
before.
each other. Then you cook it.
Turducken.
Turducken.
What's the chicken?
Chicken. No.
Inside of a duck, inside of a turkey?
We'll look that up and get
somebody
back
look
to you.
it up. This is now a show about fact checking and lies.
It's just free
All right, number
association.
6, PMS.
Hard.
Bob.
No comment.
Okay, Pomeranians.
Annoying.
Pomeranians. Yippers. Steamboat.
Fun?
Paddle wheel.
Manscaping.
Necessary.
Ouch.
Octopus.
8.
Good. Oh, that was good for his. Yeah.
Good.
Productive.
Oh
Because I got 8 tentacles.
This is bullshit. Well, that's it. That's a wrap.
That was good.
There you go.
It's a wrap.
That's how we do the sippy sip.
By the way, we could probably just do that as the show and end it. This is not my new favorite
Good micro
segment.
content.
Yeah. However, let's talk about something actually helps to the
It's
audience.
helpful to people.
Okay, so topic today, how to nail first impression by reading the room. Those of you that are watching this for the first time, we talk about life and business. So there's life application to this, as Al mentioned, when you're walking into your girlfriend's parents' living room. And there's professional application here, networking events, pitches,
Any room
something
you go
where
in.
you're sort of nervous presenting for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, how do you nail that first impression? So before we dive into like how we would nail first impressions, first impressions, do you think that they make or break, or that they can be reversed? What are your thoughts, Al?
I do think that they make or break. There is a statistic somewhere, and again, don't know where, but I know it's out there, that it takes 27 right impressions to correct a bad first impression. So you screw it up the first time, it's going to take you 27 more times of great interaction with
Totally
that
believe
content to reverse the effect. So I think it is make or break, because who's going to get 27 more chances with the same contact? Never.
Yeah, right.
So I say it's make or break. Like, if you screw it up, that's pretty much it. You need to move on to the next one and nail that one.
What do you think?
Agree. Make or break.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, depends on the level of screw up,
Well, right.
but yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's the first impression.
Yeah. And I don't even think it's so much about nailing the first impression, because it's not a performance. I think it's just not screwing it up.
Yep.
Like, that's a win. If you just don't blow it, you're okay.
What about the other way? What if your first impression's amazing, but then you do a bunch of bad stuff?
Well, then,
Same thing? You got to do 27 bad things for it to
I don't
like-
know what that statistic is, but I would say that's just a big, huge letdown. I mean, if you nail a first impression and then you become a big, letdown,
Yeah.
then it's over.
Well, that
still.
might be where the whole fake it. That's
Fake it till you
that's
make
like
it
the
thing.
social media, digital
Yeah.
media thing, right? If somebody fakes it on their YouTube channel or whatever,
Right.
everyone thinks they're awesome, and then they're a dick in real life.
Yeah.
Or celebrities.
Celebrities get that rap too.
That's a thing.
Yep.
I agree with you guys, but I think if somebody's has enough humility to try to correct that first impression before that opportunity goes away, right? Like if you do a pitch and you sucked and you bombed, and you bombed, and then somehow you figure out how to go to that panel and you say, like, listen, I was super nervous. I actually know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'd love the opportunity to like do it again or explain to you. Like, I think you have a better chance than 27
So
times.
there's a story. I
But
can't remember.
It's rare that you're in that mindset immediately when you fucked up.
Maybe you guys will. I can't remember who it was, but he was on the Gary Vee show, like the podcast, and it was, I think, the CEO of, I don't even know, maybe Pepsi, some huge monster corporation. And he said that he applied for a job one time, and there was 4 candidates, and did his best, and never got a call. Nobody got the job, and he was really like, he thought this was it. Like, this is all me. Nobody got the job. So he emailed the guy, and he said, like, hey, listen, I know no one got the job, and I understand that, but like, what can I do better? What was it that made you decide to not go with me or with anybody? What can I do better? And the guy was like, that right there, like the fact that he followed up, they were waiting to see, they purposely didn't hire all of them to see which one would follow up and chase it and push it. And that was the win. Is like the fact that he went in and said, let me, what can I do to be better? Boom, they hired him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a testament to what you just said.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Rob? Make it or not make it?
I think it depends on, so if you screwed it up the first time around, how bad did you screw it up? Or was it like,
What happened?
Like, did you do something stupid, malicious, like just with ill intent? Or did you trip over the freaking threshold coming in and you just looked like an idiot?
Right. Which isn't anything.
Yeah.
So I think if somebody did something with ill intent, I'm done.
Right.
Like, I don't care what you do afterwards. if you just messed up because you were a poor presenter and you fumbled with your words, or you just didn't seem like you're well prepared. Again, it depends on the scenario. Then maybe there's the opportunity for to make that up.
Right. So when talking about like reading the room, regardless, any room, in my opinion, you have to identify the roles of the people in the room, right? There's always the leader. There's always the gatekeeper. There's always like people in the room and in the group that you can clearly identify who's the timid one, who's the aggressive one, and you need to clearly identify them before you even open your mouth, and then cater to each one of them the way that they need to be catered to, and be the last one to talk, in my opinion.
When you were walking into your girlfriend's parents' living room, who
first of all, I'm a big win with parents.
How did you do
with parents all the time
at identifying the leader?
Well,
was your girlfriend the leader?
In that case, the girlfriend is always the leader, and you just follow her lead. Yeah. No, but that's an easy one.
I can see parents loving you.
Parents love. It's the girls that I get in trouble with. The parents love me. You know what I mean? We chat, we talk, mature. Yeah. They know I'm not a bad guy. They're like, yes, marry her.
I wonder if that's the thing. Then the girl sees that the parents love you so much, and she's like, "You're not the bad boy anymore."
Maybe that's it. You're not the.
My parents love you, like.
Yeah. I don't know what happens.
Just kidding, I'm stereotyping.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. I don't know what happens, but you have to identify the people in the room.
Yeah.
And figure out who needs what and give that to them.
Yeah. I also think adding to that is understanding, and you're sort of saying this, who needs what, but like understanding their personality, right?
Oh, yes.
Because this is something where I'm hyper aware of, and I don't even know where this came from. Like, this is just not something I worked on. It just sort of came. But like, if I'm on a Zoom call nowadays, not in a meeting or something like that, or I'm talking with my team, a new team member, I'm immediately paying attention to what's coming out of my mouth.
Right.
Right. And like, what do they need?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I try to learn about them if it's the right circumstance, if it's an employee or somebody new who's coming on, if it's a meeting with a prospect.
Yep. Here's
a great example. I had a meeting with a prospect down in Texas, Houston, I think they're based out of. And, he started, he's the CEO of this relatively large company, international company, and he's talking. And the guy that was introducing him to me, who's making the connection, was like, hey, so-and-so, this is John, this is so-and-so. I'll let you guys kind of start it from here, and I started to say like, well, like, how do you want to learn a little bit? And like, he jumped in and he's like, well, let me tell you a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. He's
it's all
an
you, bro.
aggressor. He's used to being the CEO, talking to probably hundreds of, so I'm going to let him go.
Yep.
And I just let him go. He talked for like 7 minutes straight,
and
told me the whole story.
And then feed it. Be like, ask him more questions about himself.
Yep.
He will love you.
100%.
Or she will love you.
It's like
pour the water on it, baby.
Communication jujitsu. It is. So like jujitsu is the martial art where you're like, or judo. The same concept. You use somebody else's aggression to like flip them over, like for your advantage. So they're expending all their energy, and you're putting them in moves until you choke them out, do an armbar or something like that. Like, not that I'm looking to choke people out via communication.
This took a turn, also.
But I do want to feed that conversation and give some value, right?
Yep.
So that's a good sort of tip that I would give, is to make sure you're trying to think about what they're saying, how they're saying it, and what does that mean? What do they want out of this based on like the way they're talking? If they're sitting there silent and not saying anything, then you should fill the silence, because then it just gets awkward. Yeah.
So the another scenario is the networking group, right?
Yeah.
So some people that, and we've talked about this on the show before, where like the making the eye contact and having conversations, and some people, that shit just scares the living hell out of them. Like, I've got to go into a room of like 50 people and I don't know anybody.
Right.
So here's my tip number one. Look sharp. So whatever that means for you today, and however you dress, like, look sharp. So I like to wear, depending on the season, I always wear a poppin' dress coat, sport coat.
Yeah, you do.
Colors, different things, so that, hey, you know what? Like wow.
Look at that guy.
What's the color? Like, not that I'm trying to be all that. It's just, it's a classy attention grabber.
Peacocking.
Number one, peacock. Strut the feathers.
Peacocking.
Number
Peacock
two,
chest.
if you don't know anybody, grab a wingman,
Yeah.
right? Or a wing woman, whatever. Like, don't go alone. Go with somebody who maybe knows the group and knows the room.
Right.
So this way here, they can make introductions for you.
Yeah.
And you get an introduction, and then you have a conversation. Then we go into all the things you guys are just talking about. So you have to size up the person very quickly. Let them talk about themselves if that's what they want to talk about.
Yep.
You finish up with whatever you want to finish up with on your end. Grab a card. Bring a card with you. Don't forget the cards. Or whatever your means of capturing data is, just make sure you're prepared for that. And then afterwards, here's where most people fail. Sizing up the room, we're turning this into
hugging goodbye. This is where it goes bad. When you hug and you go like, you try to kiss. That's where it goes bad.
We're not talking about your last date. We're talking about a networking event, Al. The awkward thing when you're standing in front of the Ring camera at the door, and then the dad comes over and is like, dude, get off my daughter.
Yeah. Oh. So where does it go bad for people?
So having a follow-up process so you've sized up the room, you've done your thing, you've met some cool people. What's your follow-up process? Are you going to leave there with a handful of cards and you never
talk to them,
do anything with them ever again?
Right.
So
I got a question for you. So when I'm bad at networking events. I'm like an introverted extrovert.
That's a thing.
So I don't like events much. Like, I don't love networking events.
Weird, because we're putting on a huge
Not
one.
that
And
kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't love going. I'm not like, I don't love going to event. You love events. You love networking, connecting people, right? I am much more likely to be like, oh, Al, you need this. Let me go refer you to Rob, and you two like.
Yeah.
That's my version of networking, and I love doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Going to networking events, though, I understand the value. I want to do it, but for some reason I go and I don't know. Like, I'm not the type of person to go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, what's your name? What's your backstory?" and like conversation and things like that. It's just not me. It's not like I'm scared to do it. It's just, I don't know if I feel like a little bit fake doing it or what it is. But usually when I go to networking events, I'll chill, I'll observe. I know where I got this from. My dad does the same thing. He doesn't like events either, but when he goes, he'll go in the corner and he'll just like watch,
right?
Like observe people and like that. Like, he's just like very observing person, and like I get that from him. So when I go to networking events and I might bring somebody or go with somebody I know, how do you get out of the comfort of just hanging out with them the whole time, right? Because like that's, and I don't know, you go to events and you lead events and it's a little bit different, but right? And it is different. If I'm leading an event, it's very much different because then it's easy. But if I'm going to an event and I bring somebody, it's very easy to just grab a coffee, sit around a high top with them, and chat with them about what's going on. Right.
So then that becomes a giant waste of time.
Exactly.
Right. But it's comfortable.
Yep.
What's up, No Bull Nation? You all know that our conference is getting closer by the minute. On April 8th, 2021, we are holding No Bull 2020 2.0, presented by Bankers Healthcare Group, to teach you how to get more out of life and business. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers. Gary Vaynerchuk has built a conglomerate media company, $200 million ad agency, co-founder of Vayner Sports, and a bunch of other crazy media companies. AJ Vaynerchuk, his brother, is the CEO of Vayner Sports, a new age sports agency. David Meltzer is the co-founder with Warren Moon of Sports One Marketing, a multi-$100 million sports agency. Constance Schwartz-Marini co-founded Smack Entertainment with Michael Strahan and Aaron Andrews. I mean, these are crazy successful people that are going to teach you how they've grown their businesses. And you can get a free ticket, $250 front section ticket, All you have to do is head to empathywines.com and order 12 bottles of delicious wine and use the code NOBLE2020 at checkout, and bam, you get a free ticket. So if you love wine, it's fall, we're headed into delicious red wine season. We got red, rosé, white wine. Order 12 bottles of your favorite wine. Use the code NOBLE2020 at checkout, and you will be sent a free ticket. empathywines.com, NOBLE2020 at checkout. We'll see you there.
So if we're going to get out of the comfort zone, so usually like my suggestion there is walk in, hey, if they see somebody, so you have the pregame. So you're walking into the event, hey, look, I need to meet so-and-so. If they're here tonight, can you make an introduction, or today or wherever? Or as you stand back in the corner with that person and scan the room, hey, do you know so-and-so over there? I've been trying to get in it. So get the introduction. Right. If that's all you walk out of there with for the night or the day, whatever, great.
Yeah, it's a step.
So now you've made a step. Or you walk in, chit-chat, have your thing, divide and conquer, circle, but then it's a circle back point. Once you've stopped finding somebody you want to talk to, then you circle back.
Yeah.
And do that. So that's how I would handle breaking that off.
But I think some of these networking events, not all, but a lot of them, I think they're all so difficult and bad because the majority of people are not skilled in doing what we're talking about. They don't know what to do on how to like break the certain barriers that come. So if you've got 90% of the room that really isn't quite sure how to make the first impression or how to like read the room, you're toast. Now you've only got 10% of the people that are doing all the work for the room, and that only goes so far. And then those are the people that ultimately come out with advantages. But I think people need to really train themselves to know how to go into rooms, adjust their own personalities, adjust their own levels of comfort and discomfort, and say like, I'm going to manage this room properly. And I think the number one thing that you can do, and again, people have all sorts of different levels of comfort and personality things. Work on those. Like if you're going to be in business, you can't be, or if you're going to be in life, you cannot be timid. You cannot be like this.
Right.
That doesn't work. It's going to fail.
Yep.
You have to like figure it out. And the number one thing I would say is be inquisitive. If you don't know what to do, be inquisitive. Ask people questions about themselves. People love to tell other people about themselves.
And then just listen.
And then just shut your mouth and be like, oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh, my gosh. I wish I was a snowboarder, ball. All of those.
So I agree that.
Inquisitive, man.
You've got to have, your reply. So the number one thing today, what does everybody say? Hey, Al, how you doing?
I'm great.
What else do you say?
How are you?
I'm trying. Hey, John, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
How are things?
What?
Good.
What's happening?
I don't know. Same thing he would say.
So how many times do you say, I'm busy? I'm busy. I'm super busy.
Yeah.
Like if you're that person that just says, I'm busy, well, where the hell's the conversation going?
Oh, right. Yeah. Open-ended questions that lead to...
have a different statement than what everybody else does. If like even the thought of like going to an event where you've got to like, we're giving you all this tactical information. Like if the thought of that makes your skin crawl,
better get a therapist.
Here's another opportunity. Try a speed networking event.
Oh, those are fun.
So if you've got a speed networking event, try and so usually what happens is you may be in two lines. So be the one that the row is stationary. And let everybody else move. Like if you're nervous.
Oh, I see.
So you're on this side, everybody else is moving. So you just stay put. It gives you a chance to analyze things as they're moving along. It gives you a chance to kind of listen to conversations that are happening on the side of you. But again, get the cards, ask for the list of people so that you can follow up. But that's a good way to like break into a networking event, allow you to the entry level way of scanning the room, seeing what's going on.
This is why we call him Coach.
Coach, yeah. And always default.
Good advice.
If you get lost, just default to be inquisitive. Questions. Just keep asking the other person questions, and it will work. Until they walk away. Yeah, don't overdrink.
Don't be getting stupid, because then you're gonna make an ass out of yourself.
really nervous.
So get one in your belly.
Yeah.
Get a little, get your happy juice going.
I would say the second most important thing in first impressions is
Don't pound the drink.
don't get drunk.
Sneak a third one in.
Don't show up loaded.
Don't let 'em see
Definitely
you-
don't try to hug or kiss.
Before those two
Don't
drinks.
don't let them see you drinking out of your flask in the corner.
Yeah, watch out for the physical contact
Or at
and
least
hugs
pass
and
that
kisses.
around so you can share with everybody else. Except during COVID. Don't
Pull
do
a
it during
flask out
COVID.
and be like, you
Yeah.
in?
You want some?
You in, bro? Girl.
What does that first impression say?
Some people will dig it.
Yeah.
It could be a win. I
I'm
would
not
say,
going to hire Al, but let's go party with him.
yeah, he's fun. My parents love him. Positive spin on everything. And not like over positive, like you're freaking,
Yeah.
like, not a weird over positive, but if somebody says like something to the effect of, oh, I broke my shoulder last week, right? And they're talking about it. Don't make it about you. Don't be like, oh yeah, I broke my shoulder when I was 10. Don't, say like, oh well, how's it healing? Like take everything and put like a positive filter on it. It will make the other person feel great about everything that they're saying.
100% agree with that. And actually, what you just said about being busy and saying, oh, I'm busy, even a positive spin on that can like change the trajectory of what people think about
Or
you.
if you say, oh, I'm busy, but I'm super grateful for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
Like you could be like, oh, I'm busy, so tired,
bogged
stressed
down.
out. Exactly. Like
Did you say?
Bogged down.
can't find a second to myself.
Yeah, shut up.
Versus saying like, oh man, super grateful to be busy, especially during this time.
Yeah.
I can't believe like we're actually doing really well and it's amazing.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
very grateful. Like that puts that conversation on a different trajectory.
Positive filter, always.
Where they're like, oh, this person's
like this
fun
guy.
and positive.
Yeah, he makes
not
me
like
feel good.
Just
gonna
trying to
drag me
make a
down to the
difference.
Floor.
Yeah, just like we do it with the business. Give value, energy, positivity.
Yep.
Feed the other person life-giving energy and words. Done. You've won. First impression made. Take whatever you want afterwards.
So that's a good point. So how do you're at an event and you want to make the good first impression. So let's say you've done that, right? You walked in the room, you look sharp, you've had a couple of decent conversations. How do you immediately deliver value and capture that person's attention because you don't know if you'll ever see them again? Genuine
interest.
So I ask them a lot of times, I'll say, hey, have you ever, after you've listened, so you've asked a question, so for me, it's like the 90-10 rule, right? I'm going to let them talk 90% of the time. I'm going to talk 10.
Love it.
I'm going to listen. And then based on what I've heard them say, then I'm going to offer them value right there before the conversation's done.
Mm-hmm.
So something that I've listened to, I'm not worried about what I'm going to say next.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. And so you say, well, you know what? Through your story, I find out that you just fired your digital media company because they sucked.
Right.
And I'm like, look, I understand that you're looking for somebody new to handle your digital media. I've got a great friend of mine, John Timmerman, and
Slammerman.
Humjagger.
Humjagger, they call him. I don't always reveal that on the first date, but
Yeah.
maybe on the second one.
Gives me a weird first impression. His name is Humjagger.
He's
and here he
hired.
is.
Yeah.
He's hungry.
He's hungry, happy. Oh,
Yeah.
stay tuned.
And there it is. So can I make an introduction for you?
Yeah,
Like
done.
you guys heard the conversation I was having
With no
before we
expectation
sat
in
down.
return.
Yeah.
It's our
Like, here
family.
you go.
It's our family ID. We give and serve solely for the fact of giving and serving
That's
without
it.
the expectation of what's in it for us.
So staying on the coaching kind of side of how to do this, what about ending with like if you're nervous, if you're just not that person to interact with people and you're like trying to work on this, right? Maybe your job
How
is
to work on that.
think of what's a job that has to go to the insurance sales.
Any sales.
Yeah, any sales.
Any sales.
Yeah.
Yep. Business
So you-
Any
development.
sales job,
You're
whether
thr-
it's phone or in person.
Yeah, you're thrown into this, and you have to go to these networking events. Your company pays for it, all that kind of stuff. What do you think about just ending, maybe short because you don't know how to do it. You're taking some of the tips that you're talking about, and you just end with, how can I help you? Sort of, maybe word that a different way. But if you're in a conversation with somebody saying like, well, listen, great conversation, great to meet you. Is there any way that I could help you? with your job, with
killer
your,
clothes.
So I
with
use
your profession.
I
Like,
tied
I'm new to this.
LinkedIn into that conversation. And so that's how I do it. So I'll say, hey, look, especially during COVID with everything that's going on right now, I'd be like, look, and we, maybe we had already connected on LinkedIn. If not, hey, let's do that. Look through my LinkedIn contacts. If there's anybody in there that is of interest to you that I can make a connection for, take a look and let me know. And I'm happy to do
clothes.
that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think for the people that are really on the spectrum of timid or just nervous, I know a lot of people that they struggle big time. They almost into a panic when they have to
Sure.
have these kind of interactions. We're not talking about a performance. You should never be inauthentic. You should always be yourself. And if you're at that point where you really are people can tell when you're nervous. They can tell when you've got a little jitter in your voice.
Yeah.
They can tell when you can't really get your words out the way you want. It's very transparent. You're not hiding it from anybody. I would say something positive to the effect of hey, thanks so much for the conversation. I appreciate you spending the time with me. These things sort of make me nervous, and this was nice. So thank you. And then
Nice.
you can admit that it's hard for you because you're a human. Be a human first. We talk about this all the time.
Yep.
You can totally
High
admit. High five, exactly. High five principle T-shirts coming soon.
Pink, purple, and gray.
Yeah. It's totally fine to say, gosh, I was a little nervous coming into this today. I'm not, this is not my comfortable place. So thank you for making it feel comfortable for me. Just that alone will make
staying
someone be
humble.
like, gosh,
I'm so happy that the world is going this way, at least the culture, in America of being
trueness.
Yeah, 1980s, 1990s, professional. You got to be professional. If you don't, people don't think you're
Facades.
serious. And if you bring in emotion or person, right? And now that's all flipping across everyone, social media, but
Yeah.
in person as well. We talked about this in a previous personal brand, right? To where the point where you say, listen, these things make me really nervous. This was helpful for me.
Yeah.
That automatically they're
Boom.
they want to give you a hug.
Yeah. And then they feel good.
And a kiss.
Don't do it.
But don't do it.
Don't do it. So listen, we've talked about the entry level. Let's give up some stuff for those maybe who've been doing it for a while and they're looking
little pivots that make
to
it better.
up their game.
Oh,
right?
Advanced reading
You
the room.
know?
Yeah.
So if you are and again, we're talking, it seems like we're hanging in the networking thing. So we've bounced around from
Could go back to
your first
any room.
date.
Just
We've
say any
bounced
room.
around to doing of doing some sort of a presentation. But again, in today's business world, what's really the biggest swath to cover all of this is really in some sort of how do we meet more people and how do we expand our brand and connect? So host your own event. If you're somebody who is going to networking events and you're always seeing the same people over and over and over again, at some point in time, you've already probably connected with 80% of the people in the room. And you want to okay, I need to up my game. So host an event. When you host an event and you're the person that gets to speak first and you have the attention of everybody focused on you, so you make an introduction and you say, this is who I am, this is who we are, thank you so much for coming tonight. Here's what I want you all to get out of coming together.
And this is totally advanced course.
If anybody needs an introduction tonight, let me know. I'm happy to introduce you. And then go and you start to do that, and you do that multiple locations with new groups of people. You potentially get the opportunity to handpick those who attend. You can take and grow your resources from the same old circle to potentially, right now with some of the stuff I'm doing, I'm looking at 100 new people a month.
Nice.
Where else
That's
are
a
you
big
going to
deal.
go and be face to face with 100 new people a month?
And now you're the facilitator of that event, that meeting. So now now you're propped up as the the go-to.
And I've
right?
already delivered value. The value is I
Right.
brought this thing together. Here it is. And have some sort of a game plan as to what you want other than it's just a networking thing.
Right.
So most of what I'm working on, we're tying in so our theme is this: how do we finish 2020 strong while kicking off 2021 in a major way, doing it together, helping each other while giving back to our community.
Nice.
So I brought in a nonprofit. They get the stage to tell what their needs are.
Mm-hmm.
Here's 20 people who didn't know what this nonprofit was doing. It's just a win-win, all the way around.
Yeah. Value add.
And then you really need to be if you're going to be in that position, you need to be ultra aware of the room, the new room that is being created every time you do this. And you have to feed those people properly. If you see the person in the corner that's observing, you need to know how to like reach out to them and be like, I got you. And also the aggressor that comes in that's like overtaking the room, and you need to know how to like chill them out for 2 seconds so that they don't ruin the room. Because one person can destroy an entire room. If they've got the wrong vibe, and as the leader, you need to know how to like get all those people in equilibrium.
Here's another value add to that, or piece of information, is that if you're the one hosting the event, people will judge you on your event also, right? So from a first impression, if nobody knows who Rob Schauger is, Coach Rob Schauger, and they come to your event and a fight breaks out over masks or whatever it might be, then they might hold you accountable for that. So something to consider to make sure that you're presenting exactly what you said, the value, you're giving value to everybody there. That becomes sort of your identity, your first impression.
And then going back to
you can't hold 27 more events to
you cannot
win that person back.
Yeah, I know. That statistic is bullshit. I mean, no one's going to get that many chances again to make it right. So you might as well try to nail it the first time. But the little things like, I've done this personally, and I've seen the change. So like, everybody's late. You got family, kids. I mean, I don't, but and I hate when people are late. But when you are late, things happen. These small little pivots. Like I used to say, "Oh, I'm sorry for being late," and people continuously do these things. They'll apologize for their actions, and so I don't know who I picked it up from, but this change in verbiage. If you really pay attention to the way that you speak and the change in verbiage, instead of saying "I'm sorry for being late," say "Thank you for your patience." Those things fascinate me. The change in the subtle changes in the way that you speak to people and the actual words that you use. Look into that, deep dive into that, because it changes the networking in other people's brains dramatically.
Good tip.
Subconsciously.
Okay, to round out the show, let's prime a question to leave our audience with. So you're going into a room and meeting these people for the first time.
Any room.
Yeah. Any room. Could be a pitch, could be a business networking event, could be your girlfriend's parents.
Don't matter.
Okay. What is the one thing that you're going to pay attention to or do to try to make sure you have a positive first impression? Al.
Ask questions about other people.
Rob.
Smile.
Simple.
Super simple? Super simple.
Smimple.
Super simple.
So super simple. It's smimple.
It's simple.
Mine is listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen and adjust.
Make the adjustment.
And with that,
good stuff, boys.
As always, we are super appreciative to all of those who tune into our show. Don't forget, we're changing the format. We're making these things better. We're going to be launching our live show soon. We're bringing it back. So we're going to be live Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. coming shortly, and then we'll have this nicely produced show Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. So make sure you click the follow button, subscribe, so you don't miss the live shows when we come out, because those are going to be redonkulous.
Those will be
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Do I love this mic?
I think you do.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
Like,
don't bring back the lapel. Just
I
keep
think
that.
I do better with the mic.
Sing us a lullaby to get out of here.
I couldn't possibly. This is how we do it.
Okay. Cheers, everyone, to life and business. May we all and you prosper in both.
Yes.
Cheers.